Let's see what we have from a specific podcast. I've seen these guys before. They're pretty popular.
Yeah, I like them.
Let's see what this guest has to say on here.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I see this podcast. I see the 30-minute clips. I think it's dope. I like what he's doing. Having a lot of young girls on there and trying to make them understand. Even though these girls still say this stupid shit and they still walk off the show thinking in their delusional mindset the way they think. And when the evidence and the facts are put in front of them, they don't care.
It's more important to be right than to know the truth.
They don't care. They just think they're going to get what they're going to get and it's going to happen for them. This is why Hollywood needs to be stopped. Social media has fucked these children.
Well, there's actually in this video something else that I think needs to be stopped is what it's implying. Let's see what it talks about.
Let's get in this.
Is a bad thing?
Very bad. Absolutely bad. Terrible.
Shots fired.
Super bad.
They've done studies on the effect that porn has on both men and women, and if we're just talking about men, studies have shown that it has all-around negative effects on men, not only in their relationships, but also in their productivity and their energy levels, in their desire to achieve more for their lives. There's a direct correlation for how much men are consuming porn and how stagnant their life is. And because of the dopamine increase that they get when they watch porn, it makes it harder to get that dopamine in other places. So they'll feel less satisfied in their work, they'll feel less satisfied in their partner, less attracted to their partner in real life. There was like direct correlation for how many Instagram models they followed, how much they're scrolling, how much time they're spending on their phone looking at these women, and how attracted they felt to their partner or people they were meeting in real life.
Okay, let's pause this real quick. So what they're basically saying here is porn is not good for men long term.
Right.
And it even goes as far as to social media, Instagram, apps like this, dating apps, all these things she named, where if you're just sitting there and spending 20% of your time or 50% of your time or 80% of your time scrolling through porn, Instagram models and all this other shit, it not only takes you away from being productive, it also makes you want something like that all the time, or else you're not interested. Your attention span turns to shit. Do we agree with this? Is this killing men's mentality long term?
I'm gonna tell you this. You either get the blue pill or the red pill. What pill do you take? Do you want to stay in the Matrix? Or do you want to stay in a fake world? That's the question. And you gotta understand, men watch this stuff because it's publicized. Everything today that women do to get money is sexualizing themselves at the highest level. We just had a conversation offset about a UFC female fighter. In her whole career, she
made less money in her fighting career than she did in the first day on OnlyFans.
She went on OnlyFans one day and showed the pussy, the body, something that belongs, her temple, to no one. And she publicized it to the world. Millions of people watched her because she was very big in the UFC world. And they paid for it. And
she actually wasn't even a champ. Like, she was popular because she's in UFC, but she was not like a top 25 popular fighter
she was a
at all.
professional fighter.
But she was like, I understand it though. It makes sense.
Let me put it like this. If she was on the team with Kobe Bryant, she'd be a bench warmer. Okay? Let's put it that way.
Right.
But she's still making some type of money, right? But one day that she logs on and she shows her temple, her body and her soul to the world, she makes millions of dollars. Right? You can't ever get that back. In 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, your kid's going to hate you. I don't care what any of these women say. Your children are going to hate you. And you can't take that back, right? So you got to be very careful. I think men out here are very weak. And the problem is they don't have options. Because men with options wouldn't do this. They wouldn't. Just think about this. For every guy that you see with his cell phone, listen, women, listen very carefully. For every guy you see with his cell phone that's looking at his phone, there's a 60% chance he's looking at another woman or he's looking at porn.
Another one.
That's how much society has sexualized women. That's how much society has put women on the market to brand themselves as sex objects. And a lot of women are capitalizing, and they call themselves independent and equal to men. You think because you showed your pussy for $4.99 and you got 100,000 men to subscribe, you as equal as a man who goes down in the sewers and take care of shit.
You stupid.
Truthfully, you think you're equal to a man that builds buildings on high skyscrapers, who digs oil from the bottom of the ocean. $4.99 showing your body is compared to a man that's building the world you live in. You women are delusional. You're living in a dream world. And before we end this show, because it's winding down, I just think it's very important that you got to understand. It's very easy to sell your body if you're a woman, right? It's very hard for a man to build himself. Guys who watch porn, it only proves that they're lonely. It only proves that they're hurting inside. Now, can a man watch porn? I'm not knocking men who watch porn. I'm just saying if you're obsessed with porn, something mentally wrong with you and you must seek help, okay? If you're spending 60, 70% of your life looking up Instagram models and just going through pages looking at women, something wrong with you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like fix yourself. But hey, it's women's fault.
Well, I think to conclude though on this is that it's a negative effect on both. The men are not being productive. They're just hypnotizing themselves and it can hurt them long term, like this woman just said on the video.
Yeah.
And women live later when they get in their 40s, 50s, they regret what they did. So both people get hurt by doing it.
You also got to look at this, Ramin. A lot of men settle with women they truly don't want to be with, and because they don't have a choice. They settle because you're giving them your body, right? So it's worth the headache. You might get ass shots, and he likes it. You must get your body redone, and he likes it. You got a fat ass booty, and he likes it, right? So he's settling with you, or when he already know you got like 30 bodies, right? He already know that you on Instagram, and 80% of your pictures is sexualizing yourself. He already knows that, but he's weak because he can't go out and get real women. He goes out and get community pussy. He's used to community women who all have probably combined of the 4 women that he fucks with within the next month period, combined of 1,000 bodies. Those women combine their bodies are almost 250 men they slept with. Those men are weak. High tier men ain't sleeping with a woman that has 250 bodies. And if they do sleep with that woman, she's only there for the weekend. And she goes right back to the street. I mean, she ain't staying with a high tier man in the penthouse. Trust me. These men have top tier women like Vanessa Bryan. These women have top tier men. I mean, top tier women, just like David Beckham's wife. They're not dealing with trash. No man wants it. And porn is bad on both sides. I 100% agree. I think when a woman sexualizes herself, she shoots herself for the future.
They both live to regret it.
Yeah.
One regrets watching it, one regrets doing it.
And a guy who sits on watching porn too much, you hurt yourself because it gives you no confidence to talk to a woman. Like, it kills both sides. Now, listen, the world is what it is. You just have to learn how to operate around it. Thank you for watching the Cash Money Dreams podcast. Like and subscribe. Follow us on every platform. Stay tuned. Every week we drop in a new episode. It's your boy Cash, man.